Good morning, everybody. Morning, Rob. Thanks for the opportunity to do the intro to the trade seminar. And it's the first time we've conducted something like this, and this is the first one of a series that the team's putting together. And I think we've all had to find different ways to manage our lives, both business and personal, in the last 12 months, and this is just another one of those things where the team's working out how we can still engage and make sure we're connected between particularly our exporters and importers, but also to showcase and demonstrate the work that we're doing. So it's an opportunity for us to share the insights on the market and the information about the Australian red meat industry, and showcase some of the activities and developments that have happened in the North American market. As Rob said, the focus is mostly today on the US, but the team also looks after Canada and Mexico as well. But also it's this virtual opportunity for networking between exporters and industry professionals or representatives between the Australian and US markets. So as I said, first of its kind, there's 22 companies that are showcasing on the platform today. So, good opportunity to be connected. So, encourage attendees to visit the showcase section and engage with the company. So there's a mechanism there for connecting, and the team will run you through that. So I've been with MLA this time round, nearly coming up to 2 years in March. So I'm an MLA retread. So this is my third stint at MLA. So initially I was involved in the Meat Standards Australia program, and then I spent a couple of years in Europe as the regional manager. So I understand the opportunities, challenges, and what we can do in representing our industry in the international markets. And most recently, I've been back as managing director since March last year. We're really lucky with our US team, and we've got a tremendous set of skills led by Rob and Catherine, and we're really lucky to have them in the market. They've been there for a number of years now, so they not just have the experience from the Australian side, but also understand the market and the environment over there very well. And this last year particularly, we've had to not just look at our traditional programs, which have been building over time, and I think the team's built up some good relationships and market activities, but have then had to work out how to adjust those in the last 12 months to respond to the different eating patterns and consumer behaviours that we've seen as a result of COVID and movement restrictions. So it's been it's good to see the team, the way they've responded, as we've seen in our other markets as well, which has created opportunities for both sides. The US is a really important market for us, has been for many, many, many years, and it's consistently one of our largest markets. It's running at number 2 in our red meat market this year. It was number 3 in beef last year, and number 2 on sheep meat last year. So collectively, it's 350, 400,000 tonne market for us, and it's a vitally important market that generates more than $3 billion worth of value for our industry. And on the import side, we're a very significant part of the imports, and more than 20% of the beef imports and 80% of the lamb imports. So it's a very important relationship between Australia and the US on the red meat side, and MLA is very conscious of doing everything we can to support those relationships on both sides. Next 3 to 5 years, we've got fantastic opportunity and challenge for us, but really it's the opportunity. So we're going to see, and we already are seeing, this unprecedented growing global demand for protein, particularly largely driven by the deficit created by African swine fever, but also consumers becoming more affluent. We've had a real hiccup with COVID, of course, but it's really as though it mightn't seem like it for many of us, it's largely just been disruption, and particularly when we're seeing the stimulus packages that have been executed by so many of the countries, the actual cash in the system is still really quite significant, and consumer spend is still really quite active, and particularly when we look at what's happened in the Australian market with that support and the increase, particularly at retail, as far as consumption and value goes. But we're seeing that in other parts of the world as well. So we've had massive disruption this year, but these underlying macro drivers are still there, and the Australian industry is very conscious of the opportunity, but also our position as a significant exporter, and we're conscious of those big issues that consumers are interested in as well. So it's the quality of product, most importantly. So we realise we have a high value product, but it's also a very high quality product. But it's also of all the exporters and the global products available. When we look at the range of things supporting our red meat industry, like traceability, the quality systems, our food safety systems, and our commitment as an industry to things like tackling our impact on the environment through programs like the Carbon Neutral by 2030 program, where we think we're very well positioned for providing a high value, high quality product to our consumers around the world. And the US is certainly one of the most important markets for us. Huge challenges created this year through the COVID disruption, no question. And this is just one of the things that we're doing to try and support exporters and importers on both sides of the ledger in how we can continue the Australian red meat trade and continue to develop and grow our relationships of providing high quality red meat into consumers around the world, and particularly in the North American market. So thank you everybody for taking the time to attend and for supporting the event. So thanks to our team for pulling this together, and look forward to everybody having the opportunity to learn a bit more about the red meat industry in Australia, and to network and hopefully build some of those relationships, and most importantly, build a better red meat business between Australia and North America. So thanks very much, and look forward to the event, and I'll hand back to Rob.